everyone, it's Jenna here and I'm back today with a new layout as guest designer for Bramble. There are a bunch of brand new stencils in the shop and I'm going to be using one of them today to create this layout. And the one that I'm using today is Fox Cut number 28, and it's a really pretty kind of like a sunburst or firework design. It's super versatile and I've used it before in my previous layout, and I've just used it with some ink, as sort of a lot of people do with stencils, but I'm going to take a slightly different approach in how I use it today. So I've started off using some papers from the new Simple Stories Happy Hearts collection. So I've got this beautiful florally blue piece and another piece of pink polka dot paper that I've slipped in underneath, and I've just adhered those to the left hand side of my page, and I'm currently just running those through my sewing machine just to add a little bit more detail. I do think in the end a lot of this it just gets covered up and you can't really tell it's there, but for anybody that knows me knows that I love using machine stitching on my layouts, so I thought I'd seize the opportunity to do so. So here we are, here is that beautiful stencil that I just spoke about, and I'm just going to use it in a bit of an odd way. I'm going to essentially make these sort of sunbursts out of thread. So I'm going to use my pencil to draw these lines through the stencil, and I'm going to come in a minute with my paper piercing tool, and I've got a foam block underneath my layout, so I'm just going to punch some holes into sort of my white cardstock where I've drawn my lines, and they're going to be sort of guide holes for my sewing. So here we go, all of those holes are there, and I've taken out some light blue thread, I should say, and I'm using all 6 strands for this because I want them to be sort of very clear, very obvious, and I thought using all 6 would be quite a good way to do that. So I'm just going to use those holes and bring the thread through to create those beautiful sunburst designs, which you'll see in just a moment. There we go. So now that I've completed all of that, I'm going to bring in my photos and a few of the embellishments from the collection as well. So I've got a couple of perspectives that you can see on my page now too, and this moments piece is actually from the January Fox box, and the super is one of 2 pieces, and I think it's a new product to the shop, so if it's not already there yet it will be there very soon, I'm sure. So I've got a multi-font title, which I really quite like actually. Normally I'm not too big on using different fonts, I'm very sort of samey, but I think they look really good together. So okay, I've just been talking too much and lots has been going on, so I've pulled some stickers out, I've pulled some ephemera pieces out, and I've just positioned those sort of roughly where I want them to be stuck. And I felt like the right hand side of my page was a little bit bare, so I've just repeated that same process again, and I'm just going to add another one of these smaller sunbursts to that side of the page. Again, sort of copying the exact same process that I did for those other ones on the left hand side. So I do skip ahead with some of this just in a minute, but I just wanted to capture some of it on camera just so you can see sort of the full process and how I created this. So there we go, that's now done, and I'm going to bring everything back in as to sort of where it was before I decided I want another sunburst, and I'm going to start gluing some things down in a minute. I found a couple of bits from the sticker sheet that I thought would be really cute, but I'm a bit funny with stickers and I just can't ever stick them directly onto a page. I have to back them to cardstock and use them as die cuts because I'm so indecisive. Okay, here we go. So I'm just gluing my perspectives down, and I also pulled out a couple of these pastel hearts. These colours worked really well with his collection, so I thought, why not? Let's include them and use a few more up. And I've also got these really cute puffy stickers So I've pulled out a really small heart here, which I did have a bit of trouble trying to figure out where to put, but I do also come in with another one which says love, and I'm going to add that to that small cluster to the right hand side of my photos. I felt like my background was still a little bit white, so I decided that I'd add a little bit more stitching. So I've pulled out this stamp, and actually I think it's an asterisk from an alpha set, and I'm just going to use that as a guide, but I'm going to do the same thing in that I'm going to poke the holes, I'm going to add some thread, and I'm going to make those into sewn stars basically. And I think it's a really cute detail. I sort of looked at photos sort of as I progressed through making this layout, and I looked at sort of before the stars and after the stars, and I really just love the little details that they add. So I think all in all, I think I included about 6 or 7 of these, and they're just scattered around, but I think it definitely helps take some of that white space away. I still felt like it was a bit too white still, so again I've just used that same Distress Oxide ink. This is Speckled Egg. I've just watered it down and added some splatters to my page, and I'm going to repeat that same process with this gold acrylic paint. I thought this would work quite well because I've got a couple of those thread twiddles on my layout as well. Just going to spread that evenly, and one of the last things I do for this layout is just add a couple of sequins. So I've got a pot of beautiful pink sequins, and I've got a couple of iridescent ones as well, and I'm just going to place those randomly around my page. I've just got some PVA glue in this bottle, and I'm going to use that to adhere these. And I think that's it for me. That is the final layout. I really hope you have enjoyed watching this come together. And yeah, I think this stencil is really cool. I actually really enjoyed using it in a sort of less conventional way than I normally would. I think it's just really beautiful, and you can use it for so many different sort of layouts and themes and stuff like that. So super versatile. Thank you again so much for watching. If you do have any questions, please do just let me know in the comment section below, and I hope to see you again in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.